Do not buy your next home without knowing this hack. Did you know that if you're buying a home, you can save a ton of upfront money by rolling your closing costs into your mortgage? What does that mean exactly? Well, when you're buying a home and when you're selling a home, you have to pay closing costs. You could pay a lot on closing costs. You could pay maybe $10,000 or even more than that. So let's just work with that number for a second for simplicity's sake. Let's say you have to pay $10,000 of closing costs. What you can do as a buyer is you can say to the seller, hey, Mr. Seller, can you add $10,000 to my mortgage? Let's say I was going to buy a house from this seller for $500,000. I say, Mr. Seller, can we do this deal for $510,000 and can you give me back $10,000 at the closing table? For the seller, it is literally no harm, no foul to them. So it makes no difference. They're still getting the same amount of money that you promised them in the first place. But for you, instead of having to pay $10,000 upfront in closing costs on closing day, that money is now rolled into your mortgage. So you're now paying that $10,000 across the span of 30 years, right? Because we're assuming that you have a 30-year loan on that home. So you're now paying that across 30 years instead of all up front on one day. So over 30 years, 10 grand is like a drop in a bucket over monthly payments, right? It's a lot less paid on a monthly basis stretched out over 30 years than it is as one big lump sum. And the other thing is you're paying interest on that $10,000 when it's rolled into your mortgage. So that interest is also now tax deductible. So you're saving money on that front.